Hey guys, what's up? So I've been into training now for 2 months. I wanted to make a video and just kind of talk about what that's like. So just a quick recap. I got into training because I was not having a good year cycling. I started off, I felt I was having a lot of issues like in my chest, tightness in my chest. My weight was up 20 pounds from where it has been in the past. I was up to 255 pounds at the beginning of the year, and every time I rode, I was just feeling like crap, and I just wanted to try to get better. So I ended up trying training, and so I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about how that's gone. So just 2 months in, a few things. First off, you learn about the calendar, and the calendar becomes really important to you. You can see it scrolling by now. The calendar's got all the activities you're supposed to do. Your coach sets up your calendar. It'll have an endurance ride. It'll have an off day. I have walking on my calendar because I told the coach I wanted to walk. I walk most mornings. That's something I've gotten back into. And so your calendar becomes kind of important to you. The Training Peaks app is part of the coaching package with CTS, and I really, really like it. I kind of wish Strava was a little more like this in a way, because it's laid out, like, to me it makes a lot more sense than the way Strava's like training calendar is laid out. It's a lot easier to follow, and I find it works a lot better for me. It calculates everything up at the end of the week, and so it's really easy to go down and kind of see your weekly progress. So flexibility has been a major issue, and it's been great. My coach is really flexible. I mean, like, when I got into coaching, I kind of expected something like Rocky, where I was going to have this person like, you got to ride harder, you're not doing enough, you got to be like a greased chicken or something. And so it really hasn't been like that at all. In fact, the coach is oftentimes sort of like, don't do too much, take it easy. It's really kind of the opposite of what I expected, which maybe that's a good thing. Probably is a good thing. So the flexibility has been like when we have our weekly meetings, the flexibility is basically like I tell the coach what I want to do, and they try to work it into the training plan the best as possible and give me, ideas about how to make that fit into the training plan a little better, so I'm not overdoing it. So I have to say that I've been pretty fond of that aspect of the coaching. So like I just said, you have a weekly meeting. Usually it's anywhere from half an hour to an hour. I mean, I don't think we've ever talked past an hour. It's usually about 45 minutes. And that meeting covers, what we did the week before, how it went, and a lot of times what could be better. So a lot of issues that I've been having, the coach has been trying to help me deal with, things like nutrition and hydration. Both of those things, especially the hydration, have been a problem for me in the past. Talking about how to improve on that and looking at the data for information about maybe what could be better. So all of that stuff is great. One of the things I don't like is staring at this bike computer while I ride, trying to keep my wattage at a certain level. That gets really, really annoying after a while. You have to keep that, like, if you're shooting for, like, say 175, 200 watts for an interval or something. I did 25 minutes at like 200 watts yesterday, and it's really kind of hard to do. I mean, you're staring at that screen, and you're just trying to hold that wattage, and it's great on Zwift because the number is right there. A lot of times when I'm doing Zwift, I'm not even looking at what I'm riding through. I'm just staring at that watts number, trying to hold certain watts, but you can't really do that on the road. And then, of course, on the road, you've got a lot more, like, different types of terrain that makes it harder to hold wattage. So I found I have a few nice, smooth, flat roads where I can go and do, like, say, that kind of, solid wattage. So yeah, staring at the computer is not so great. Now, I have made steady gains, so let's take a look and see what some of these gains have been. Okay guys, we're going to start off this and take a look at VeloViewer, which is a pretty cool little add-on for Strava. It gives you a lot of data to look at if you like looking at data. So this is a chart I find really interesting here. This is my distance chart, and it gives you you can kind of take a look and see, like, this is my best year of all time, which is 2016, this purple line.
The blue line is the current year I'm in. You can see that my blue line has overtaken almost every year I've done Strava except for two. The 2016 year and the 2012 year. Now, 2012 was the first year I did Strava. So, I mean, that was a huge year to me. I was riding a lot. That was a 6,000 mile year. I don't know what the deal was with 2016. I just rode a lot that year. I mean, I did a lot of miles. I haven't caught up with either one of those yet. I probably will catch up with both of them if I stay at this current growth. You can see I'm starting to get closer to both of them, I think, as the year progresses. By the way, right here, you can kind of see this is pre-COVID, and you can see I was kind of riding. I was below every year. I mean, I was under every year pre-COVID, not doing very good. And then here's post-COVID right here, and you can start to see I've just had this super steady growth, nonstop growth throughout this COVID time. The next thing we're going to look at is Training Peaks, and Training Peaks has some excellent graphics here we can look at. So the first one I wanted to look at was just power. And so we're going to make this full screen and check this out. So this is my power comparison. The gray area is the last 28 days. The purple area is basically the month of April. So this is the first month I did training, and then this is the last month. So you can see what kind of gains I've made. Anywhere where the gray overtakes the purple is gains. So for power, peak power, I've gained quite a bit under 20 seconds, a lot in a minute, 2 minutes. I've gained 5 minutes. I've gained a lot in 10 minutes. In fact, my 10 minutes powers went from 234 to 275. And then you can see I've gained quite a bit I've gained 20 watts in 60 minutes. So would I have gained power like that without coaching, without more direction? I mean, I would have definitely improved with more riding, I'm sure, but I don't know if I would have improved as much. I don't know. I hope I would have. I wouldn't have. Okay, peak heart rate. And now this is interesting because I hadn't really looked at this, but this is just another example of how training is, and more, I think, structured training has helped me in a way. So the light red area that you can see right here, this is old. And then the dark red area that you can see under here is the newer stuff. So what's really cool about this is that my peak heart rates have actually came down in the last month, whereas my power has gone up. So I'm actually doing less with my heart, but making more power. You can see that as a huge under 20 minutes. You can see I've gone from 171 beats per minute March 3rd to 161 beats per minute on this ride in middle of June. So big improvement there. And this is my weight. I'm currently at 245 pounds. I started training at 250, and actually some of these early times I was much more like 255. So you see my weight's starting to go in the right weight. I've lost 5 pounds in the last 2 months. I feel like a pound a week is probably where I should be, so I definitely am not there weight loss where I want to be. But it's kind of cool to see this chart and see it go down. I hope to continue this thing downward.
So the hard truth. Let's check out this.
This is my watts per kilogram. And since I put my weight in about once or twice a week, it's pretty updated. And at my current weight, you can see I'm way below even the very bottom line for being fair. Being fair is what they consider Cat 5. My watts per kilogram under 5 minutes almost gets me up, not even really close to the being inside. So this is the Cat 5 range. This is the Cat 4 range. The truth is my power outputs are really probably fine for like these ranges, but my weight is just so much higher than it should be.
Okay, finally wrap it all up with value. the value of this. Is coaching worth it? When I was going to make this video, I actually kind of was going to have a hard time answering this question, because when I started making this video, I was going to make a video about how coaching really wasn't worth it. So I pay about $150 a month, and I have to do at least 4 months. So that's a lot of money. When you think about it, $600, you know, that could be a car payment. That's a lot of money, a crappy car, but still, it could be a car payment. And I'm spending that for, really, what am I getting out of it? You know, nothing physical. I'm not really getting anything physical out of this. So, like I said, I'm going to say close to an hour of a person's time every week, just like chatting either on email or on phone, we use a Zoom app. So I'm getting like a lot of a person's time, and then they're also like looking back through my data. They make notes and stuff on the rides. They keep track of all this for me, which that's pretty awesome. So that's a good value. When I started actually making a video and thinking about what this is worth, yeah, it probably is worth it if you have the money to spend on it. Like, I had the money to spend on it at the time, but if I did not have the money, I would not do it. And I still think it's great. If you have the money and you're really serious about improving your cycling, it's definitely worth it. Probably one of the best things for me is that usually at the end of June, going into July, I'm starting to get kind of burned out on cycling. I've done a lot of big rides. I'm getting kind of tired of it. And I just as soon kind of like to start taking time off cycling and getting into like something like freaking video games or something. But right now I'm raring to go. I mean, I've been kind of holding back, and I'm seeing myself improve, and I'm ready to start pushing even harder. So I think that's the effect of like some of these off days, you know, because I rarely, in June, most of the time I ride almost every day. And right now I'm riding like 4 or 5 days a week. So, I mean, like, I'm really kind of more psyched for riding than I have been in a long, long time. Sucks that COVID's canceled all the events. It'd be kind of cool to go test myself in an event. But ultimately, I'm definitely feeling pretty awesome about it. And when I sit down and really think about what I'm getting from my money, it's definitely worth it. It's just, it is a lot of money for something you don't really have to have. So if you're thinking about coaching, if you have the money and you want to become a better cyclist, I think that's probably one of the best ways. It's definitely going to be a lot better than saying going out and buying a $150 bike part. You know, you go out and buy a lighter handlebar or something. I mean, it's definitely going to be a lot more beneficial than wasting it on, you know, goofy supplements or, you know, stuff that's not really going to probably help you. Because this definitely, I think this kind of, if you're willing to put the work in, having a coach will definitely help you. All right, thanks. See you later.